level.
What up, Stephen Hawking? It's me, Majora T, and thanks for letting me pilot your vessel. I'm out here today playing Terra Lander, landing on Terra, the Latin word for land. This is a cool game.
Well done, Cadet.
Released by Funbox Media in 2020, Terra Lander, I kind of like Terra Lander, but this is Terra Lander, is part of a series of Terra games that are all inspired by classic arcade titles. Funbox Media is kind of a small developer slash publisher located in Sheffield, the United Kingdom. What up, Terry? Is a third-party publisher for all video and mobile gaming platforms. Originally focusing on casual, affordable games, Funbox strengthened its catalog by bringing to market established brands such as the hit TV game show The Cube, alongside its existing impressive portfolio of titles. Now, I've never watched The Cube, but looking at some of the major games that they've released in recent days, I can't say I'm necessarily the market for Pretty Girls Game Collection or BB and Tina. Regardless, though, I'm glad that they put out Terra Lander. This is a cool lunar lander inspired title, and although it doesn't relate too much, I do want to shout out a hidden gem shmup for the Sega Genesis in Subterranea, a game I was never very good at, but it's very similar, where you are kind of like tasked with landing in certain parts and, you know, like destroying fuel so that you gain fuel for your vessel for the next level. This game is similar. Every level you have objectives in either destroying fuel or destroying enemy turrets and landing on the pad for the stage. It's a beautiful game. I really like the vector style. It's just very easy on the eyes, and it controls well. Essentially, this is a twin stick shooter. If you go on Steam, people are just confused about how to play it, which is kind of baffling because really it only uses two sticks. Left stick pushes your vehicle, and you can kind of skid depending on how much of a direction you push in. Let's say you push right like 5 times. Well, if you want to start slowing down, you need to start pushing left. Vice versa for up, down. And this isn't limited in the same way that kind of the old school Atari games were, where it's like 4 directional or 8 directional. Like, it really does feel like you have good control over the lander. With that being said, you do need a lot of spatial awareness to play this well, because you're balancing not hitting the surfaces alongside taking down obstacles on screen, such as your enemies or the fuel tanks, and also dodging bullets. Speaking of which, the bullets ricochet and explode into fireworks. And alongside your skid marks, it's a lot to look at on screen. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just hard to navigate everything in this kind of ping-pong environment. I think for the most part, this game plays well and is accessible, with the exception of a couple of the later levels. Once you get to level 11, it's like the wormholes of Mars. Every level is themed. It becomes an exercise in massive frustration. You start the level with turrets that fire homing boomerang shots, which split into 3 ricocheting shots, and you have to navigate the smallest tunnels with these turrets that also fire at you. I must have died 100 times on this thing. My girlfriend was watching me play and just keep venting about how impossible this game was and how I was going to quit, and this is the level that broke me. If you can make it past this, I don't even care if you make it to the credits. Level 11 of 20, I don't know why it's so hard, but it is. The good thing is that although you can play the main game and, you know, go for your high score and you get like a good number of lives, it's somewhere between 5 and 10. You can actually practice from the level that you reach the furthest on. So I can always just restart level 11. I will eventually get it, but it does feel really unfair to me. The other thing that's kind of unfair is that, you know, since you're a lunar lander, I mean, you should be able to just plop down for a moment to kind of get your bearings, but you can only do that on the landing pad. So I think just like from a logical perspective, it would have helped me so much more in that level if I could just like slow down and land on whatever surface I wanted. But for a couple bucks, this is not a bad purchase. It is about 10 on console, but I think on Steam it's like 3. So I would definitely recommend Terra Lander. There is a physical collection as well that I've seen. So do your job for the space team and destroy the trees and also the turrets, and land on land in space. It's worth it.
Game over.